We are live.
Let's go.
All right, it's Sue Greenwald here with Awaken Stories. I'm here today with King Smarty. Hey, Smarty, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm turning the earth right side up.
Oh yeah, oh
That's,
yeah.
that's really what the whole project has been about. The billions of years that have gone into this, helping the people and the earth. So,
That is correct. That is correct. Before we started the live, we had some internet problems and all that stuff. So what ended up happening was they attacked it. They knew we were going to come on. What Dad did was, or what he said was, after he told us to clear it, was it's over. There's no more time for you know, letting things go, and we're at the stage of fuck around and find out. So that's where we're at right now. The
all
more and
right.
more they do dumb shit, the faster they're going to find out.
Okay. Yeah. Like in the old days, they would mess with us and they would get more and more chances and time to learn from their mistakes. But now it's like basically over.
Yeah. What it was is that it would take a lot longer for them to um, get what was handed to them, if you would. In other words, it's what's happening now is instant karma.
Instant karma.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked 2 days ago, and today we were raised by 10 levels of consciousness, which is huge, huge. And I wanted to ask, so this has maybe been 25 levels in the past, like say 30 days or so. I'm just picking a number. How does that work? You said it affects the entire universe. Every being in our universe, their consciousness is raised. Like, are they always finite, like chunks of consciousness, or does it vary with each individual? Like, how does that work?
Basically, it works across the board for everyone. So, especially those that don't accept what's happening, it's a way for them to realize it's happening, whether they accept it or not, because it's in your face and you can't deny the shit no more. And then for us, it's just we're getting more and more validation and clarity of the things we already knew were real.
Right.
So it's affecting everything, everyone, every living, every non-living, everything. Period. So
Right.
when you look at consciousness, you think of a rainbow. You got layers and layers and layers and layers and layers, and then you get up to that, boom, and then you have all knowing type thing, right? So
I would assume though that there's no limit, no end to consciousness. Like because
there,
everything is always expanding, right? Everything is evolving, everything is growing.
right, right, and that's literally what it is. There were some people back in the day when they would say things like, you know, as far as consciousness or getting closer to dad, you can't get close to dad because your brain will fry or this or that, blah, blah, blah. However, that wasn't true because dad is everywhere and in everything, including us. So there's multiple layers, multiple dimensions, and we are in every single one of them, especially me and B. So as as the earth itself vibrates higher, the more and more you guys will become like me and B, where we're totally connected to dad. And you know, if we how you say, if we steer off course, dad will put heat on us to get back.
Right, right.
So even like the whole Jonah effect thing, I've been explaining to people the Jonah and the whale. That's very real. For us, it's like, as soon as we go off course, wow, we get fucking heat, and then it's like, okay, we got to go back that way.
Right.
So that's what's happening to everybody across the
Right.
board.
Right.
Um, the free will is a thing. It's very real. However, right now we're in a stage where you're going to do what dad wants you to do, and it's going to be his way or not, his way or gone. So that's where we're at with it all.
Right.
And the levels of consciousness being raised are showing people that that is what it is. Doing what he wants done is source directives.
Right.
So
So having free will means you can do the opposite of what you're like you're guided to do. You can do the intellectual, materialistic route, but that usually doesn't end up in a satisfying fashion. It's always you have trouble, you have problems,
well,
you
yeah,
have lessons.
yeah. So you're um, you're doing things that you weren't made to do.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what free will is, and then that's why. All right, put it this way: everybody that's doing their own thing and thinking they control their own life got a fucked up life. unless you're selling your asshole to the devil, you got a fucked up life, right? So it's sad to put it that way, but that's what these individuals has been doing: selling their souls, selling their body parts, selling people, shit like that. That's how to get, temporary monetary gain or monetary wealth.
Right.
What we're doing is we're working on everlasting wealth, which is why it's more difficult for us to get it. Because once we do have it, it's forever. Like forever. Did I say forever? Because I meant forever.
Okay. Are there any things you'd like to announce for the viewers at this point? Or just want to do Q&A?
There's so many different announcements. I mean, I've already told you guys that you'll see evidence of the Iraqi dinar, which is happening. Some of the intel communities say Israel is doing this and Israel has this and we got to wait for Israel. Not true at all. Israel has no fucking say whatsoever. And they're fucking around and finding out right now, too. That being said, expect all the changes that we've all been waiting for because they're happening right now. Right now. Stop them, stop them, stop them, stop them.
Well, that's why we had so much trouble getting on today.
Right.
They don't want this out. They don't want this
out. So it's all happening. The wealth transfer is happening. The gold backed currency is happening. D-Blue is happening. Basic income, debt forgiveness, the restoration of the people, the crystalline chambers, even the med beds that daddy approves, all of it, full disclosure. You got the military and the Pentagon talking about motherships and probes coming from motherships. Okay, well, they're my ships. So at the end of the day, they're going to have to admit what I've been telling y'all the whole fucking time.
Right.
I'm the supreme commander, and I'm the galactic. 19,000 years ago, I was Jesus. Get over it. This is real. This is happening. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? That's huge of announcement right there. And at the end of the day, despite what you're seeing in the politics and all that shit, they all have to answer to dad, which means they have to do what I tell them to do eventually. Some of them are already doing what we're telling them to do because all it is a simple command and it registers everywhere. Whether they believe it or not, whether they know it or not. Everything is coming from dad and I.
Awesome. Awesome.
So that's what it is. You want to add something to that? Sleeping Beauty?
Everything's good.
Everything's good.
Well, I guess we can turn this off then.
Right. Well, the more and more people come in with their questions, the more and more the answers will be provided. I mean, that's what I do. I answer questions that are truthful, that are honest, and I've been conversating with certain people here and there, and it's like they don't understand that I can't lie because lying weakens my abilities. I can lie. We all can, right? However, I refuse to because I know that it weakens my abilities. So why would I fucking do that?
Right.
I'd rather tell you the truth and laugh about it with you. And then later on down the line, shit, he said this was going to happen and now it's happening. But he said it as if he was joking, but he clearly wasn't.
Well, you do make everything fun. I'm going to just vouch for that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So got a lot of questions, maybe yesterday, about the RV. So when the money trickles down to, the people, you will be announcing protocol, procedures, what to do, blah, blah, blah. You're going to let us know what to do.
I'll be letting our crew know what to do.
Yeah.
Everybody else, they follow so much other bullshit. Keep on
Yeah.
following it. Go.
Yeah.
Go away. As far as us, we've never been waiting for the RV because the RV is it's lower. It's on a low level of what we're doing. That's why I stopped answering questions about it years ago. The revaluation.
Well, you
The
get
wealth-
a couple more questions first, though.
Yeah, it's cool. The wealth transfer, right?
Yeah. Well,
the wealth transfer is your health. That's what I've been doing, healing y'all.
Okay. So that when we talk about wealth transfer, that's what you're talking about, like crystalline chambers, frequencies.
Well, that's where the wealth is, period. Like you guys want these monetary or this financial wealth, but we're like, you got your fucking life. You got everlasting life, youthfulness, all that. That's where your wealth is at, because the longer you live and the longer you do what dad wants you to do, the wealthier you become down the line. It's not that fucking hard to figure out, y'all.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So let's talk about the monetary part of the wealth transfer then. When it comes time for the Jedis in this group to exchange, you will let them all know, like we'll do a video, or you'll let them know what to do, how to proceed properly.
Well, at the end of the day, some of y'all will find out before me anyway, because y'all in the field. All you gotta do is go to the banks that I told you about that already have it. So, it's going to come from one of y'all sharing it to each other, and then we just validate, because I really don't care. I gave away all my shit. I gave away my Zims and my dinar and all that shit. I don't need it. So y'all going to find out before we do, and when you do, we'll just validate it. Or, if certain groups give us the info, then we'll check to see with dad if this is a legitimate way to go, and then we will.
Right.
Everything that I post is because dad wants it out there.
Yeah.
So we will all know when it's time, and it's nothing to to put your life on hold about. And that's
right.
That's what a lot of people have done.
It's true.
And look how many people died waiting for the RV. Look how much stuff that they could have been doing. Instead, they were waiting for the RV. Dumbass.
It's true. It's true. Because, we've got these intel providers. It's always going to be next Tuesday. There's always a crisis that comes up at the last minute. They kick the can down the road. And after what, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, they're still saying the same stuff, different crisis every week. People are still listening to them.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And same shit over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But what they've been doing is just like the Bibles. You got 20% truth, 80% bullshit.
Yeah. So whenever I used to watch one of those reports or whatever, I would test for accuracy, like what percentage of this is true? And it'd be like 42, 16%. Well, why am I wasting my time on it? They're just trying to gain followers. I don't know. They're trying to get your money. They're trying to get this. They're trying to get that, whatever it is. So Don't do
I,
that.
I want to get followers and take your money too. However, I'm doing it because I'm healing you, I'm educating you, and because now you have
Yeah.
everlasting life, you can help
Yeah.
support me.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is.
It's funny. It's funny. Okay. And then, a lot of people are worried about projects. Like, again, listening to other Intel providers, we're told all the stuff you got to do for redemption, and you've got to have a whole big, long project list, and the project has to be approved, right? And blah, blah, blah. So people are asking about that and where they can put their projects. Do we have a place for that? We've already got some groups organized, and we'll have more as time goes on, right?
Exactly. And we're already doing shit.
Yeah.
And some of us have little to no money and we're still participating. So what do you think? How you think dad is seeing that? Right? How do you think dad is seeing that?
Right.
You're participating in Help Somebody Today, Company of Heaven campaigns. We're doing all these things all around the country. And some people have little to no money and are still participating.
Right.
So that goes a long way with me and especially with dad, because it's something he wanted us to do.
Right.
So when we do have our funding, those of us that are already in the mix can now put our funding into what's already happening, right? And it's the biggest humanitarian campaign that the world has ever seen because we're doing it everywhere already.
Right. And the thing is, we've got the foundation set. Like, we were kind of boots on the ground, figuring it out right now. We've done some events. Now we know what we need to do. So it can go faster with more participation. But
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. The
Yeah.
foundation, you're looking at the foundation. So
No.
hello. I'm the fucking rock. I'm the lion. I'm whatever you want me to be. I am it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's funny. Okay, do you want to show us your outfit? You've got a MOUVE beanie on, purple.
Oh yeah.
Let's see the logo on your sweatshirt. Is that MOUVE?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yep. It's a new one.
That's cool.
Yep. JJ's working on a bunch of stuff right now. He's also got some more MOUVE content coming.
Yeah.
Just to keep things rolling and exciting. So we're working on a lot of cool things, and this was something that we just designed because we got the hats in. Some of the products, I even have a matching source director's bag right over there. So right, and we got the MOUVE wristbands that match with exactly what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
So and it's going to be posted on billboards in Times Square and stuff like that. So we're already moving.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We're doing a lot of awesome things. A lot of awesome things. And check out these. I just got these yesterday. These are Company of Heaven Help Someone Today band. However, if you look closely, it's got glitter in it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So we got different colors of these, and I got some white ones with gold glitters that are going to Oklahoma. So as we continue to do these events, Daddy has me funding certain projects within the event, right? Within that specific event, and then we're Dad is bringing everybody else within that community to participate. And some people are doing things for free because of the cause, because of what we're doing.
Right.
And all we literally have to do is continue to do what Dad tells us to do. We don't have all the answers with all this stuff, right? We're just doing what Dad wants us to do. And as we're doing it, people are just coming to the table. We just got the Boys Club in New York to give us the whole venue, the whole thing. And all they want is things like basketballs and stuff like that. Okay, well, I can order 100 basketballs for y'all right now.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
They also are lacking funding because the city stopped funding them. So, okay, not a problem. Here we go. Boom. Who else wants to join us? Boom. So with little to no funding, we're doing humanitarian work already. that's already been approved because of Dad.
Right.
So
Right.
who the fuck? Why do I need some banker to tell me what I can and cannot do?
Right.
It's not going down the way everybody thought. It's not. The righteous people will have the wealth to do exactly what Dad wants y'all to do with it. Period. Everybody else, they're gonna be like this, going in circles of bullshit. And you know what we're gonna do? Boom, we're gonna keep energizing your dumbass circle.
Oh my golly, that's funny.
So it's so much fun, so much shit, so much fun. It's man, listen, everybody should be excited right now. Everything that I'm saying is coming to pass, and he's got me coming on here to talk about this type of stuff for a reason.
Right.
So we're here. What else we got? Go ahead. Next question.
Well, I wanted to point out that, you know, nothing you've heard from the other intel providers is correct about the redemption. And you said the right thing, that putting your life on hold for this is not prudent. You're wasting your happy life. And you could be using that time and energy to help your friends, your family, your community. And that doesn't always cost money. It could be just little things that you do.
That's true.
Pretty much everyone's in a situation right now. We get that, you know, but you can't just sit around and wait.
That's true.
Okay. And the projects are ongoing. They've started already. So if you're good at something or have ideas, send it around. Right.
That's the best way to be a part of what's happening now.
Right.
You know, even if you didn't believe nothing I said, or you had some doubt in me, whatever, be a part of this shit, because it's the right thing to do. Later on down the line, you'll get over the fact on how stupid you were, but it's cool. I'm joking, my bad.
Well, if you can't have fun, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
no.
okay. Question about the cloning centers. Where are we status-wise with them? Are they shut down? And I'm talking about the bad guys, of course. Are they shut down?
The bad ones are shut down. However, we still have good ones. Okay. But did y'all think we didn't use clones?
Well, I'd love to know more about that.
It's easy. If we need a clone to take somebody's position over, we will make a clone. We will swap them in faster than you could blink, and we don't need a special operation to do it, because we can do it.
So, for example, if somebody was going to be, say, assassinated or harmed in some way, you might swap them out before that happens.
Instantly, right before, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
There's levels to this shit. You guys have no clue on what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And not you. I'm talking about the 3-letter agencies watching.
Interesting. Okay. So the bad cloning centers are pretty much in process. Okay. Now I want to ask about the animal kingdom. So we've got like subsections there. Let's talk about farm animals and what's going to happen with them in the, we'll call it near future. Like we saw that video of the turkeys or whatever getting killed, which was horrible to see. They have nowhere to go. They kill them for no reason, just to drive prices up.
Well, it's going to be resolved, and they will live out long lives and do what they were made to do.
Yeah.
And they weren't made to feed us, because fruits and vegetables, produce, whatever you want to call it, that's what supposed to be feeding us.
Okay.
And this is why you also see an increase of vegetarian restaurants, because this is something Dad always wanted. Remember, I've been talking about that years ago.
Yeah.
Even on the Real Truth call, some of the calls I just posted this afternoon, right? Mm-hmm. I talked about it then, 2016, 17, 18, 19. Talked about all this stuff. And shortly after that call is when we started the Jedi training on Dr. WC's call. So all of the animals, the animal kingdom will be restored, and you'll have a heightened consciousness where it's happening now. By the way, that's the reason for the levels being increased, because the intelligence, or not the intelligence along with the telepathic communications kicks in. So we're telepathic already. How you think we talk to Dad every day, all day? How you think he talks to us? Because we're telepathic, right? So as the days, months, weeks, years go by, all of our abilities will be heightened. A consciousness is already being raised. The energies of the planet is already raised. So you'll be able to do dog whispers, animal whispers, right? The same way those guys in the TV shows where they're talking to the animals and the animals are telling them what's wrong. That's going to be normal. There's also a quote in the Bible that tells you that shit, right? The 20% of the real stuff tells you that.
Okay.
So
So when we get to a certain point, I don't know what that point is. Let's say we have farm animals again in captivity. They will be roaming loose, like the cows and the chickens can run around.
pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you won't need to house them. They were once wild before they were caged, right? And they'll be on a telepathic thing where they'll literally come up to you and say, "Hey, can you come over here and fix something and give us this and give us that? We need some water over here, or blah 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 blah."
Right.
It's just going to be it's so different.
Yeah. And then the new roadway system, if you have the podway that you're going to create, so we won't be running them over like we do now on the highways, which is horrible, And
Yeah, so there'll be different 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 ways of traveling, and in some areas they already have trails
yeah,
for the animals to cross over bridges and
yeah,
tunnels and stuff like that.
I've seen that and it's genius.
Yeah, and still you still got a dumbass animal who wants to cross the street.
Okay, what about like pets? What's going to happen with, say, dogs and cats and I don't know, birds that we keep in captivity?
Nothing's going to happen. They're going to be your pets and whatever, but you'll have a telepathic communication where the dog will say, can you not put me in the cage? I promise I won't pee on the floor. Well, you better not pee then, because if you pee, you're going in the fucking cage, okay?
Okay, so better than it is.
Yeah, and when you communicate with the animals, they'll know not to do certain things. Listen, I got this cage for you so you don't fly away and get killed out there, because it's a wild world, right? so it's cool. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. And then just what about like wild animals? Like let's talk about, like, say, Africa, the giraffes, the rhinos, the elephants.
They're going to be doing exactly what they're doing now. Just won't be hunted down, and they'll be protected.
Cool.
Some of them are being protected now because of what they've been doing for the the rhino, the ivory and all that. So
yeah.
It's going to be, everything is going to be benevolent. It's going to be so cool.
Okay. Well, most of us come, out of the chute when we're born. We love animals, right?
We love everything because that's how Dad made us.
Yeah. And then what we see done to the animals is horrific. And, we would probably go rescue every single one of them, other than the practical matter of time and money, and taking care of them. But we want them all to thrive and be happy.
Yeah, we can turn parts of Texas into a big ass zoo or farm or something.
All right.
There's plenty of land there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Or we can start an adoption or animal adoption thingy or whatever. And keep in mind, a lot of the animals are purposely reproduced to feed the people.
Right.
So after after you're done, after nobody's eating meat no more, there won't be a purpose to produce animals just to eat. Right? So it's what it is.
Okay. That's cool. Very cool. So they'll live happy lives out in nature unless they choose to live with a human. That's very cool.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay. Question, will we ever live in the hollow earth?
You can go buy a house down there, or whatever they have down there, like a rent a timeshare if you want to. Then again, they probably won't want you crusty asses down there.
Right. They're healthier than we are, right? Because we've been radiated and polluted.
Well, they literally tried to take us out, and they found out the hard way that it's not happening.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's literally what's happening right now, where everybody is making room. Um, everybody's making room for us, accommodations, if you would, right? Especially me and the crew. When we start traveling around the country and the world, and we will be, they'll be gifting me so many things it'll be crazy. I'm going to need a warehouse just to store things, because everybody's going to find out that King Smarty is really Sanan the Galactic, who was really Jesus, who is here now, who has been wiping out the darkness behind the scenes, and now we're bleeding into the public eye. So get with the program or not.
So we can go down into hollow earth, but did you just said that they tried to wipe us out?
No, I didn't say they.
Oh.
I said the cabal, the reptilians.
Ah, okay, I misheard you then.
The reptilians. That's who I meant by them.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Every different species out there, no matter where you're at, you have an enemy, and the enemy is within your own species, which is why there's good and bad of multiple species, right? There's not all humans that operate like us. There's not reptilians are not all evil. Vampires are not all evil. Inner Earth Argarthans are not all evil. Some of them do things without even consciously knowing what the fuck they're doing. To us, it would look evil. To them, it's just protecting. Similar to what we got going on here. However, you can't genocide an entire country or shoreline and say it's for self-defense. So there's, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Well, you can make up a story that you're being attacked, like we're seeing happen now, but
And nobody's believing it because of the consciousness being raised.
right.
And we're seeing exactly all of your fucking lies.
Yep.
We're seeing everything you guys been doing. You've been manipulating the entire fucking planet for God knows how long, right? Thousands of years, actually. Egypt, Rome, before that, right? Tartaria, Atlantis, Lemuria. Why are these places destroyed? Same group of people. Same group of fucking people. Or entities or beings or whatever you want to call yourselves. So at the end of the day, it's all being fully disclosed, and we won't have no other way. There's no other way around what's happening, and that's why I'm here to make sure. Did you hear what I said? He's serious about the changes here on Earth, and he put me here to make sure it happens.
You are blipping out, and it's funny actually because you stopped and then it went fast forward. But yeah.
Okay. Well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Okay. Question about you. When was it your memories started coming in, and why didn't you get all of your memories and recollection about who you were all at once?
Well, first of all, I wasn't told all of the stuff that I was told up until um let's see, up until 2012, 2011. I was about 34, 35, no, between 33 and 34. And it's because of frequencies and energies. And I've already knew that I wasn't normal because I didn't think the way people did, right?
Right, right.
My IQ is through the roof when I was, 7 years old, or my whole life. So I wasn't sitting in no fucking schoolroom listening to people force shit down my throat. That being said, I already knew that things were wrong with this planet. I just didn't know who I was up until maybe 2016, 17, where Dad started showing me things, and I was working with the energies and holograms and moving energy from one place to another, and then testing it and doing this and doing that. And it's like, holy shit, I can really do this. This shit is really happening. And then about 2017, 18, that's when Dad fully appeared and says, listen, I'm Source. I'm your father. And I'm like, who the fuck are you and what do you want? Because look, I'm gonna give you a reason why I'm like that. I'm not afraid of shit. Nothing. At all. And I've already understood because of my research how the cabal would stop people. I'm going to kill your kids. I'm going to kill your family. I'm going to kill this. I'm going to kill that. Blah blah blah. You're going to do what we tell you to do, or I'm going to blackmail you or kill this and kill that. Okay, so I did the research. I understood all that. My thing was like, go right fucking ahead. Go right ahead. Take my mother. Take my father. Kill my kids. Go right ahead. You're still not going to stop me. So that being said, because of that type of mentality and me not knowing the full picture of Dad, right, and the whole Jesus thing, I just kept moving. Anything that got in my way, I was eliminating, and I was just pop, 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 hitting things left and right. And that's when Dad says who he is, and I'm like, all right, who the fuck are you? Do I got to take you out too? Because at that time, listen to this. At that time, me and B was taking out all types of entities in Angkor Temple, all of these different castles, the Queen of England. That bitch tried to go through a portal in the castle, and I chopped that bitch in half. So when after doing all this shit, mind you, Dad was guiding me the whole time. I just didn't know it was Dad, right? And then he pops up, says, I'm Source. B's texting me, Source is here. And I'm like, who the fuck is Source? Right? So he's like, he's your dad. He's saying he's your dad. I'm like, who the fuck? What? Okay, so, all right, so you're going to have to prove to me that you are who you say you are. Right? Because I'm not trying to hear this shit. I got a lot of shit to do. And then Dad started showing us, talking to us, explaining to me who we are, what we are. So all of the questions that you guys are giving me, I'm answering you with answers that he's already told me.
Right.
And it didn't just happen overnight. However, the intelligence was there. My intelligence to know the difference between evil, good, entities, energies, blah, 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 was over there. However, up until about 7-8 years ago is when he told me exactly who I was, what my purpose was, and we're going in and out these tunnels, and it was just crazy. And in the beginning, if you listen to that video that I just dropped with Yosef and me talking about when I came into power, they didn't like me at first, because they thought I was a kid who didn't know no better, blah, blah, blah. And now they love me because they see what I've turned out to be. And it's wild and exciting. And I was surprised that video was even posted yesterday. So it's been a journey. And again, I don't expect people to believe it, which is why I stopped talking about certain things, and now I'm just doing it. And I'm excited. I'm excited about us being at a particular point in time where you're getting instant karma for your dark deeds. We're changing things left and right, and even the military and everybody else can't explain it. We're moving into a position where they all have to do what they're told, whether they like it or not, because the end result will be an instant evaporation, or worse, or maybe not even, maybe just a slap on the wrist and confiscate all your shit, which is what's going to end up happening to people like Trump and others who don't do what the fuck that tells them to do. How long have I been saying this shit to everybody and still don't got no knock on my door?
True.
The closest they got to me was opening my car door, and then a flash, and then boom, they take off running, even jumping fences. So one of them got evaporated, the other one took off running, went to tell the commander. The commander didn't believe them up until recent when I dropped that intel call with Shelton, and they called, the DODs called the security team, and the security team tells them, well, we told you guys that he was for real. Now you know. So I'm not worried about nothing. You got to do what dad tells you to do, or else I got to do my part. And I don't have no problems doing my part because I see what this led to with all the human trafficking, with all the poisoning of our food, with all of the different energy weapons and 5Gs and all this bullshit out here happening. So when dad says, okay, it's time for this person to go, your ass is getting evaporated, and I'm not going to think twice. That's where we're at with it. People don't even, people still got to wrap their heads around that this is all real. However, they can't explain it because one minute something is happening and the next minute it's resolved, and nobody knows how the fuck it got resolved that fast. Right? That's what these videos are about. That's why I keep coming on here, explaining certain things, telling you guys that this is getting ready to happen. That's getting ready to happen. We're going to clean this up. We're going to do full disclosure. We're getting ready to uncloak ships that will stay in the sky for hours. That's what you guys should be expecting right now as we speak. Right now. I've already told you he had us go into the mothership and test the chambers out, make sure they were working. They're going to be released. They'll be teleported in certain locations. That's literally happening right now too. And I'm going to use the word now because I want it to happen now, right? However, we still don't know exactly when, but I'm just going to use that word because I like it. So
yeah,
it's very, very exciting times where we're in right now.
super exciting. Now, when you were in Pennsylvania, you had a ship go over your house and they sliced the electrical lines with a dew. They were trying to get you with a dew. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I videotaped it.
Yeah.
Everybody saw it that day.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, and the lines, it wasn't
sliced.
Yeah, it was like that. Like right. You cannot deny it. The same thing they did with Maui, they did to my electric cord.
Yeah, and the electric cord from the telephone pole was like loose in the street.
Yeah. If you I actually have those videos in some of my old phones. That's why I don't never get rid of none of my shit, because I have all the evidence of the stuff that I've been through and had to deal with.
Right. And we've talked before where they've tried to kill you numerous times and you're still here, which again is a common theme among the people that we've been talking to. They've almost died so many times, but they're still here by, some beautiful miracle.
Yeah, I call that dad. So, you know, there's some of us here that can't be killed no matter what. No matter what. The cabal already knew this to be the case. There's some people that can't be killed no matter what, which is why they have taken certain individuals, put them in dungeons, and left them there because they can't kill them. So what they would do is they would take famous people and or just people of people that they know is going to change the world, bring them into the tunnels, clone them, bring them back, have them do whatever the fuck they want them to do, and then keep the original in the fucking caves, in the dungeons.
Right.
Right? David Brock, what's his name? David Brockriders. Is his name even David?
I'm not sure who you're talking about, or I would jump in.
No, I know exactly. It's either David, Randy, or something like that. However, he was one of them. He was in the caves. I had to go in there, release him, and now he's on a ship. He's going to come out too. I'll find the video and repost it. He was actually on Project Camelot talking about all this shit.
Okay.
And then they did what they did, and that's how we found out about all the tunnels, because they literally did it to him. Same thing with people like Michael, Tupac, and others. That's what they've been doing. Actually, if you're following what I'm doing and saying, a couple of weeks ago, they just found the rapper Gucci Mane in a tunnel in a cave in what was it, Iraq or some shit like that? Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so where's he at? Where'd it go? Why did they throw it under the rug? Right? So all of this shit that I'm telling you guys is happening. What we're doing is we're eliminating all the threats, mainly the Israelis, the banking cartel, blah, 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 right? Blah, blah, blah. Then we've already strategically released some of the people that were being held, took out some of the underground bases, liberated the children, did this, did that, did this, did that. Now we're on the surface because we already did all this down here and up there. Now we're on the surface moving chess pieces here and there that's going to expose everything. Boom! That's what we're doing. If you haven't noticed.
Yeah, you can see the number of whistleblowers coming out. It's great when they come out naming names. Some of them have proof. It's going to be excellent.
And the cool part is some of them are actually on the Galactic Squad, which means they're a part of my team. And some of them don't know that it's me yet, because remember, this is not my original appearance. Right?
Oh, wow.
I'm actually a galactic stud.
Gonna be great. Yeah.
So this is huh? Oh, B said it is great. And he reminds me that I'm Sanam the Fertile. Good Lord. Anyway, we got a lot of shit to do. And this is very, 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 very exciting times we're living in.
Totally.
Those chambers are a game changer. No more pain, no more suffering, no more body fat, no more none of that shit. You get your original creation back, your original blueprint perfection, your original body, your original DNA without all the chemicals and all the bullshit. This is very real, and it's happening whether you guys like it or not.
So exciting. Like we keep calling it the new body, but really it's our original body. That, you know, we've got this body now. We've been poisoned through the air, water, food. We've got stress. We've got this. We've got that. So we're looking a little beat up right now, you know?
That's true. That's true. We have multiple enemies, and yet we still win.
I love that.
And it's because of that. God, creator, source, you know, whatever you want to call him, it's whatever.
Didn't hear him.
He's just laughing about me calling Daddy it.
Okay, okay. When we go through the chambers and we have babies, will the babies need to eat?
There'll be nourishment provided to them through the chambers.
Oh.
You're talking,
Bonus.
you're talking about a one-stop shop, which is why, they haven't appeared yet.
Wow.
Or should I say, well, yeah, appeared or delivered.
Right, right,
There's certain things that have to be done and completed before we release the chambers.
right.
I'll have two from the beginning when it's time for it, and then the crew members and certain royalties will have them.
Right.
Especially my me, the queens, and the children, B's future queens or whatever you want to call it, future wives or whatever. It's to maintain a DNA and a bloodline of benevolent beings that will constantly restore the rest of the universe. So that's why this is all happening.
Yeah.
So it's a big picture that people don't understand yet.
Right, right, right. Okay. Now, when you first realized who you were, so that was maybe, let's just say 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, your older kids, what was their reaction and what was your family's reaction?
They all thought I was crazy. Yeah. Except for JJ, Genesis, my daughter, my oldest daughter. She wasn't really around me because her mom took her as a child, which is the norm. That's what happens, right? In the ghetto and where you're dealing with certain people. The younger two, JJ and Genesis, they were okay with it. Okay. And they're actually here now working on things with me.
Right, right.
So this is, I mean, you see the MOUVE video.
Yeah.
I just shared it with other people, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This for real?
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that my bloodline will be doing for thousands of years, which is things that Dad wants them to do.
Right.
So my kids knew all about it. JJ, he's been with me nonstop since he was a kid because his mother and I were living in the same town,
Right.
city. So I had him the whole time,
Right.
with me the whole time. If it was the summer or every weekend, blah blah blah, he was always around with me, and he's heard and seen it all.
Right.
So when we go to certain places, right? I'm gonna give you, for instance, because this just happened 2 weeks ago. Me, B, JJ, and one of B's brothers was sitting at a table, and this singer comes up to the stage, and he starts singing, and he's like, Jesus, come on in. We're telling Jesus to come on in. And JJ looks over to me and says,
Wow, how cool is that?
he nods his head at me and says, go, go, go.
Yeah. That's great.
So we just look at each other smiling because we know, right? We know you can't tell us that we're full of shit or we're lying about something when it's happening naturally. And that's another thing Dad told us not to do, is talk about it no more. You don't have to talk about it no more.
Right.
Just show them.
Right.
So that being said, I was sitting there healing everybody. Every time somebody passed by with a limp, what, healing people, and they don't even know what's happening to them. They just felt good the next day.
Well, you've got this personality, like you're bubbly, you're outgoing, people love you, and they're attracted to that, and they're getting healing while they talk with you. They don't even know it.
Yeah, and a lot of people do, because they say things like, after I have a conversation with them over the phone,
yeah,
they'll call me back and they'll be like, dude, what did you do to me? I'm like, what do you mean? I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. I'm fucking talking to you 1 minute, I hang up, and it's just like everything just went away. Did you heal me? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, yes.
I got a bad habit of doing that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's why for us, waiting for things to happen here, sharing the product, the frequencies in the products, the free products, the website in the Bubble Up channel, the stuff with the free products, as well as the information is really helpful because if someone has an issue, they can start working on it now and get relief.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
And once everybody understands that the true
Yeah.
health, the true wealth is your health, then you stop worrying about the things you don't have and you work on the things that you want.
Right.
I'll give you another example as far as the energy and just me, myself, and I. I was sitting in the bank, and the guy that I purchased some land off of came in with his sister. His sister is super energy sensitive. She comes in and sits down and was like, "Okay, what's going on here?" So when they leave, he says that his sister said, as soon as she walked into the bank and sat right next to me, she was like, "What the hell? Who is this guy?" She was telling him, "Who the hell was that?" And he was like, "I don't know. I just call him King."
Yeah. Well, most people don't know, and they think you're a rapper guy, you know.
That's
You know what I
funny.
mean? It is funny, and they still love you and all that, but they don't get it yet, you know.
No. They won't get it. And even if I tell them, it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
You'll have to prove it.
yeah.
Everybody wants me to walk on water. Just me calming the water wasn't good enough. They want me to
Yeah.
actually walk on the shit.
Yeah. That was a cool video. That was a cool video.
I'll do that shit in my sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But there's ways to validate what I'm saying, even if you don't believe it. I've already taught everybody to do the Jedi method, to use the pendulums, to train yourselves, to understand, to keep asking questions, and then do the method. If you can successfully create an energy ball and hit your gas tank and your car starts steaming, then you did it. Use your pendulum. Ask if you can do it. If it says yes, do it.
Right.
If you wave your hand over your phone like this and cancel the radiation, test it. You can do it. I taught y'all.
Yeah.
So you don't have to take my word for it. You can just do the simple methods that I'm teaching you.
Yeah.
And then you'll see that, holy shit, this shit is for real.
Well, a lot of us, like, it's part of our daily, it's something we do all the time, part of our day, and it becomes like part of what we do. So like, you know, we're wearing the pendants and the bracelets, the rings, the jewelry. So right now that helps heal and protect our physical body, our environment, and those within the radius of healing. And
Right.
then we walk around the planet, we're helping other people as well. So that's one easy thing to do. But I also, like when I go to the grocery store, I try to expand that energy out to everything in it, right? So it just
Right.
becomes part of the way I am. And I'm not saying it out loud, I'm doing it,
Yeah,
right?
you don't have to say it. All you gotta do is in your mind's eye, broadcast it, and then walk through.
Right.
I actually started telling people in the beginning of my energy work and my products, the charms have a specific field in them.
Yeah.
And if you cut a piece of charm, I mean, a piece of fruit, banana, orange in half, you put them 2 feet apart.
Yeah.
You put a charm next to it, you guys will see the results of that. I'm bringing that up because if you wear a pendant and you walk through an aisle where there's fruits and vegetables, you change that. So no matter what they did to the shit, just by you walking through it, you changed it because your energy has changed.
Right.
That's another thing. After the gentleman that I talked about with the land has been around me for so long, the next time he went to see his sister was like, holy shit, your whole energy and everything changed. What are you doing? And then he pulls out the pendant. Smarty gave me this. So now she wants one, right? There you go. You can have it.
Right.
This is what it's all about. It's changing the energy, changing everything, using frequencies, love and light. And we have a lot of work to do. It's not over. Actually, it's never going to be over as far as healing and helping and having a good time and celebrating. That's going to be a forever thing where we're constantly doing shit because people will be mating, children will be born, they have to be protected, they have to be looked after, they have to have nice places to go for education. So it's going to be a forever type of thing, right? So the reason why Dad is giving us the chambers and the bodies, the everlasting energy and frequencies is because we are in charge of this shit. We are pioneers of this shit. Okay?
Super cool.
It is super cool. And because of my being, my children's being, we are literally what you would call the guardians of the universe, if you would. And we're nothing but real royals that have real jobs that are designed by our dad, our father, our creator. So we got a lot. We got a lot.
A lot to do. Yeah. And you're right, it's never ending, but as you know, it gains traction. People really take notice. They're all going to want to help. They all want to participate.
They already are. They just don't know about it yet.
Yeah.
Right. And it's funny because I run into people every day, and no matter where I'm going, if it's a website or if it's or just walking down the road or stopping somewhere, I see people and I see everything about them, the whole future, everything, and it's like, yep, you got to do this, you got to do that, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and some of them I don't even talk to, but I already know what they're gonna do.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. And then here's the cool thing is that when I see that and I know a person is about to do some great stuff, boom, I'll put the energy behind it so that they can do it without any pushback from the dark forces.
Obstacles or whatever, yeah.
Right. So we're doing that nonstop. That's literally what we do every day. I mean, you witnessed it. We're sitting down, me and B, and just hitting things left and right, whatever Dad brings up, because we're telepathic. Remember, we'll do that, and then we get on the call because Dad says call this person, call that person, and it just so happens when we call that person, something needed to be done, or something was hindering the growth, the process. How did you know? Come on, man. We're just doing what the fuck we're told. What's going on? So because we're doing it more and more often, the people that we're doing it with are all ears. What do we gotta do next?
Yep.
Holy shit, this is for real. Yeah, it's for real. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The smart ones are watching and listening and learning.
That's right. That's right. And everybody has a role, no matter what.
Right.
Right? Everybody.
I might have interrupted you, and I'm sorry if I did.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So Hawaii, a couple of days ago, you put out a thing where Hawaii is suing, and like a long list of people for, the jab and the vaccination and the death and blah, 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 which is awesome. But I don't know if people know this, but we basically stole Hawaii. Okay, so we went in the late 1800s and we took over Hawaii.
You don't know if I knew it?
Well, the people watching. Yeah, you probably do know. So in the late 1800s, we went over to Hawaii and we basically kicked out their government. We put our guys in place. And guess who one of the prominent leaders was? The Dole family. So when you buy produce, who do you buy it from over here? Dole. They're huge. And they got all that land basically for free for their farms and stuff, and probably the labor. So basically, Hawaii became a territory. And then in 1959, we made it into a state. All right. The Hawaiians want their land back. What's
Yeah,
going
and they're getting it back.
Boom. Okay.
There's no way around it. Those same type of families are the ones that are harvesting your children because they have similar stores, markets underground and off planet. So the same thing that they're doing to the fruits and vegetables and stores, they have a black market. And guess who's the product? You, your children. Right? So that's what we put an end to already. And they haven't really got the picture because they're still doing the shit or trying to. However, they're being stopped in ways that they didn't think were possible because you got this dark group of individuals, entities who have these special abilities, or I wouldn't say special. You got these certain abilities that they felt like they can be doing it forever because how are we going to be stopped if we can do this, if we can do that?
Right.
So that's why I'm always saying things like, you have an unseen force taking out another unseen force, who the unseen forces can't see because they're not as fast as us. Boom, take that. So yeah, Hawaii and other places, Chile, Brazil, all of these different places will be restored and given back to the people. Now, if you remember me talking about the actually you were the one of the ones that called for the big ships, the cruise line, the cruise liners. Remember?
I do.
So what did Dad tell us? Dad told us that we're going to have crew lines in the offshores of places like Maui, Brazil, other parts around the world, and we're going to take the people, put them on the boats, and then level out certain areas and restore it. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Now check this out. I didn't even tell you this. I'm telling you now. The day of the festival, last Saturday, the festival we had here, a lady, actually two ladies and a gentleman came up to me, told me they love what I'm doing, and if I need anything to let them know. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because guess what they make?
Cruise ships.
Bingo.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I got the fucking number and they said we make these ships. I said, what? They said, yep, and we're right down the road in Panama. I said, okay, let's go, daddy.
Yeah. So for those that don't know the story about what was it, maybe a year ago, Smarty calls me and says, we gotta get a cruise ship, rent a cruise ship for a year. And I'm like, okay. Then he calls me back and he says, we want 5 cruise ships for a year. You know how hard that was for me to make calls about that?
Well, she did it.
Once I did it, now I'm fine, but it was scary. Like I was sweating. I didn't know what to say. Of course, they thought I was crazy. Had some good conversations and learned some stuff.
Right.
But I did it.
Right. You did it. Now look, now we have an actual manufacturer.
Wow.
And I was even telling them that we have technologies and new material that we'll be using with David Adair and all that. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. So you see, Dad's putting everything in place. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Wow. How cool is that?
Very, very cool.
So you didn't tell me that.
And the cool thing about it is I'll be involved in some of the designs of the ships because I have the know-how to make the ships that will be indestructible, sink-proof and all. Puncture-proof, all that. No Titanic bullshit ever again. So everybody's getting excited, especially, because of where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We've already seen proof of funds. We've already seen the numbers on the Iraqi dinar. There's so many things happening. You see the BRICS coming together. We're actually already a part of that hasn't been disclosed yet, but we're on that list too. Trust and believe that.
When you say we're, who does that mean?
The United States Treasury.
Oh.
Right. Why you think they're putting out, the debt clock? Get rid of the debt. We got the wealth. We got blah. We got blah, 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 blah. Because secretly, the United States Treasury is already with the BRICS.
Wow. That's mind-blowing. I didn't know that either.
I'm going to make a shirt and it's going to say, wow. I was just thinking the same thing B just said. B can't wear it. He said, I can't wear it. Every time we would do something, B would be like, wow. And then pop, get bopped on the head.
Really?
Yeah, Daddy said, stop saying that.
Oh.
So now he don't say it at all.
Wow. Okay.
So,
yeah.
Wild stuff.
That is insane. Like the fact that you ran into cruise ship manufacturers, that's insane.
It's all Daddy, man. We just continue to do what we do.
Yep. Just told what you're doing. Like you do what you do, what you're told to do, and things that just like mysteriously come into place. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's one of my middle names, mysteriously.
Well, that's why, following Daddy's orders. Okay. So for some, it's a voice, for some, it's a vision, for some, it's a knowing. You follow Daddy's orders, and it's like things come together without you having to sit down and plan and write a flow chart, right?
That's true. Very
Beautiful.
true.
Yeah.
Very true. And nowadays, things are happening to certain people to activate their asses overnight.
Yeah.
And then the only thing next is just for me to come along and say, hey, how you doing? Remember me? Or maybe not. I'm the boss. I'm the king. And this is who you are and what you're going to be doing. Right?
Super exciting.
And then those that take it serious just follow along because they can feel it's true. Those that don't, they have that Jonah and the whale effect. And then it's like, shit. Let me call Smarty and get this shit out the way.
Well, they might try to do it their way, but they usually come back around.
That's true.
And then, like I said, they don't often understand or know who you are or how you operate, but they come back around. But I guess what I'd say is be curious, like learn, for people that are new to this video, even learn more, educate yourself, right?
That's exactly my point. And that's exactly what I tell people, especially when I drop something that's out of this world for them. It's like, listen, there's no rush. Just, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you everything that needs to be done. I'm going to teach you everything that needs to be done. I'm going to answer all your questions, right? And I'm going to ask you questions just so I know that you're fucking paying attention and learning. And then we're going to move forward.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll cause me a headache because I have to make sure you get this shit. Make sure you're comfortable with it. Make sure this is make sure that things get done because we have a lot of work to do. And what's happening right now at this time is that people are coming to the table, people are getting with the program, and then we're moving forward, and Dad is literally showing them as you do what he tells you to do, doors are opening. So that's another reason why we're on phone calls all day long, because we're teaching people certain things, we're telling them this, we're telling them that, and then they come back and give us a praise report, right? Or, well, yeah, a report, period. Some of it is praise and some of it is like, man, this happened and that happened, and yeah, we told you that, didn't I? Yeah. I'm just telling you that it happened. I was like, yeah, we know. So here's what we're going to do to resolve it. Pop, 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 pow. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. So now people are moving out of the doubt and moving into the thank you, appreciate it, because we've already shown and proved ourselves to be working with Dad. Right. Where else is this information coming from? It's coming, you can't get this type of information just out of nowhere.
Right.
And I can't make this shit up. I wouldn't even know where to start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. It's very, very wild. It's exciting, wild, all the above.
Totally. Anything else you want to discuss today or tell us about?
There's so many things that's happening, that's coming. We already got the fact that the more and more sightings will be evident. You may get some visitations from galactics wearing their armor and stuff like that, or not armor but like suits. We got we got a whole lot of shit happening. You got something to add to this, young man? Not for the day. So we got a lot of things happening. A lot of things happening. B's being shy over there.
All right, all right. Yeah, he's usually pretty talkative. You know, like
No, Dad told him to sit down and be quiet. That's what happened.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I appreciate all your information, and so for those watching, you know, pass it along, pass the videos around, pass the healing frequency hollows around. They're free. You don't have to spend any money whatsoever. Obviously, the jewelry is nice because you just put it on and forget about it, but help everybody in any way you can do so.
Right, and that's another thing what B was just saying. Because of the raising of the consciousness, people will be coming to us too. And that's another thing. Like, nothing is by chance or accident. So, with that being said, as we move into our new reality, as we walk into our new reality, people are being activated and are finding us. And once as it continues, there'll be more and more players on the board where we're now doing more things in record timing.
Right.
And that's what it all boils down to anyway. Imagine the entire planet working together as one, protecting, healing, taking care of each other, making sure everybody has food, a place to stay, all that stuff. Imagine when we all get our shit together and start working that way.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's literally what you call heaven on earth.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why my company is called the Company of Heaven. Dad allowed me to have that name. If it wasn't approved by him, I wouldn't even have it.
Right.
Right? So there's a lot of things that are tied into what is happening. Now, you know, because I've been at your expos, and we've been brothers and sisters for a very long time, right? You know that I was always talking about Destin. I didn't know shit about this place, right? You knew that I was coming here to open up portals. That happened. You knew all this stuff would happen way ahead of time because I was telling you guys that this is what it is. This is what's happening.
Right.
So that being said, he's been giving us information of where we're going, what we're going to do nonstop. Now, here's the cool part. My birthday, 3/25/78. The area code where I'm at is 3/25/41. I was 41 years old when Dad told me about Destin. I came here 3 years, 3 years later to Destin. So the area code is 3/25/41. I'm on the Emerald Coast, the tribe of Judah's emerald color. The street name is Wildcat Court. Boom. And I just gave my location out. So do you think I'm worried about anything? No. Okay.
You seem to have a high number of people just showing up at your doorstep, though.
Yeah, well, if it wasn't for Dad approving them, they wouldn't fucking pop up.
Right, that's true.
Or they'd pop up and then pop out.
Yeah, yeah.
B's laughing because I get a kick out of evaporating people.
Yeah.
This is not a game, man. This is not a fucking game. I don't worry about nothing.
Great. Is the beanie and the sweatshirt on the website, and would it be the Smarty's Corner website or the MOUVE official website?
It's on JJ's website.
Okay, MOUVE official.
Yeah, so we designed this last night just for today's show.
Nice.
Show everybody.
Yeah.
It's cool, ain't it?
Yeah. Very cool.
I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're doing things to show the people that we are here. We are for real. We can't be stopped, and everybody has to follow their source directives or be removed or eliminated in some way or fashion, whatever, right? So, Daddy was just saying that he wants people to send in their ideas for MOUVE. So that, yeah, not ideas, but locations. Here we go with this shit. Get it out. He's always doing that to me. I'm ready to choke him. Didn't I say that?
So you want where they live, like the town and state or whatever where they live?
Ideas and locations. So if you haven't watched the MOUVE video, go ahead and watch it. Once you get more ideas to add to the program and there's certain locations within your area, let us know.
Okay. So should we put it in the comments of this video?
Yeah.
And I can collect that. So basically, put in your.
Now, I'm gonna give everybody's B's numbers so they can harass them too.
So if you put in your, where you live, and I guess when you say ideas, like places to purchase,
right?
Is that what you're talking about, like land, or you're talking about what they'd like to see, like a skating rink? Is that what?
Anything. Even if they have land they want to donate or just be a part of it. Anything.
Okay.
Anything, because there's people out there with things that they don't have no interest in doing or even.
Yeah.
I've ran into so many people now, within the last couple of weeks that got all this property and don't even care for it. It's like, wait, let me get that. I'll do something with it. Shit.
Yeah.
Right?
I know we've talked to some people that have property, and we could farm the property, have someone farm it for them. Solar panels, things like that. It can be used productively.
Yeah, that's literally what we're doing. We're putting people in certain positions, solar panels, farming, now with the MOUVE.
Yeah.
Farming, our network of food,
the food banks and all that.
Yeah.
For people to save the vegetables, fruits and vegetables.
Right. Yeah. So we have been working on something that Daddy's calling Save Rescue Fruit and Vegetables.
Right.
So that being said, there's farmers all around the world that are growing crops, and since they don't have no buyers because of certain agencies messing things up for them, blah blah blah. Now they're growing things and they don't have no buyers or no means to get it out to people. So we're forming something called Rescue Fruits and Vegetables, where we get a team going that will pick it up, deliver it, and give it away. There was a location today that told us that they're more than happy to house the food, the fruits and vegetables, and whatever else that we want so that we can get it to the people. So you see, just by us doing what Daddy tells us to do, things are happening, things are opening up. And the people that are directly involved with what we're doing, they're amazed. They're like, what the fuck? This is wild. This is cool. This is for real. Yeah, no shit.
And they will be paid.
And they'll be paid. So it's not like you're going to do something for a while and not get funded. I mean, I'm super underpaid, just so you know. I was talking to Daddy. Yep. He's like, no, you're not. I'm the richest there is, but it's I don't expect people to do things for free. Actually, I do initially, because I want to see where your heart is at. If you come on board and you just do things because you're motivated and you love doing it, then the reward that you aren't expecting will follow. Boom! Holy shit! What's this for? I get it all the time. What's this for? Just take it, man. Dad said to give it to you.
Right.
That's what we've been doing. Now I'm getting ready to go buy 200 plus basketballs for that community in the Bronx that gave us the venue for our help someone today campaign. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of things.
Awesome. Awesome. So for what I'm going to just say is, guys, if you'll put in the comments of the video your location, what you'd like to see from MOUVE or any other projects. Like, people don't realize I actually do go through the comments on the video, and I compile the questions, try to group them, and I don't get to them all, but I do look at them all. So I'll compile this all and then we'll work on it. Okay.
That's right. That's right. I actually go through all my comments too, which is why I see that there's fraud. There's some fake Sananda Galactic posting. So I always go through my comments too. I don't always respond physically to text messages, but if somebody's asking for help in the comments, I'm there. Have no fear, the king is near. I'm gonna put that shit on the shirt too.
You need a t-shirt making business. Oh, you've
We
already
do.
got
Yeah, I do.
one.
There's
All
so many things that we all could be doing if we just get our stuff together.
Yeah.
And we are getting it together. A lot of cool things happening. One of the things that I would like to see is the facility that I've always saw be fully manifested, and it's literally a football field type of manufacturing facility where we're all hanging out and inventing and doing cool things, and then just putting it for cheap so that the people can afford it. We're working on the money system so that people can afford it without breaking their fucking pockets. That paycheck to paycheck type mentality is what the cabal wanted you to be like. So we're changing in it. We're changing it as we speak. We're doing a full wealth, wealth transfer, but also a debt forgiveness, because the debt that you guys been accumulating have been fraudulent. So that being said, it's null and void, where it just disappears. There are some debts that you will have to deal with because it's just the right thing to do, right? So all of the fraudulent part about it will just fade away. You'll have basic income, guaranteed income. If you got Social Security, that's just another bonus. And then you got the MOUVE program, which is going to put money in people's pockets just by doing simple tasks, and there's no age limit to it. So we got a lot of things coming down the line where there'll be plenty of wealth across the board, and nobody will starve ever again.
Beautiful.
Anywhere, no matter where you at, no matter what part of this beautiful earth that Dad created, will you starve or have to worry about some military squad wanting to rape and pillage you like they're doing in Gaza, right? Or in the whole fucking Palestine area, Jordan, and all that stuff. That's all dark shit. If you haven't realized that yet, there's something clearly fucking wrong with you. Clearly. No way around it. And I don't want to hear this is in the verses, this is in the Bible. It's bullshit. It's straight evil. Bullshit. That shit is going away. So because we're cleaning all that shit up, we'll have plenty of money and plenty of people working in our manufacturing facilities that will love to be there, and not because they have to be there, because all of my team members will have extreme wealth, including all of my family members, the queens, the children, everybody. Unlimited wealth. That's what we'll have. Because we have a job to do, and our job is to liberate the earth, which is already done. I've already did that, and maintain it, which is what we're doing now. Boom! Take that to the bank.
Boom.
Literally.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I
Yeah.
love all you guys, and we're good. Me and B got some shit to do. Somebody's about to die.
Go get them. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate
Look,
it very much.
him and Daddy always shake their head because I'm just a wild boy.
Well, you work perfectly as a team because B balances you out.
Yeah, he makes sure I don't kill everybody.
Yeah.
All right, we good. Love y'all.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.